In this video, we'll look at 4 assignment-related reports. The Class Assignment Results Report, the Student Assignment Results Report, the Student Assignment Review Report, and the Question Item Analysis Report. Let's start with the Class Assignment Results Report. To create a Class Assignment Results Report, I'll right-click my first class to get a list of reports. Then I'll click the Assignment Results Report option. Next, we can configure our report. The Options dialog box for the Assignment Results Report is similar to the Gradebook report. You can filter the assignments that appear in the list by either selecting a term you created in the Classes and Assignments section or by selecting a date range. In the assignment list, you can click the assignment you want to report on. You can decide what student information to include. You can include the student name and IDs. You can specify how to sort the students, by student name, student ID, or by score. Finally, you can adjust the ranges of scores shown in the frequency distribution table and chart. After you've selected the settings, click OK to generate the report. The Class Assignment Results Report summarizes a lot of data about an individual assignment. There's a list of your student and their scores. For each student, you have the total points they earned, the total points available for the assignment you selected, their grade percentage, and the number of attempts they made. You also have the date and time they started it and how long they spent completing it. There's a section of class statistics for the assignment, including the median, mean, low and high scores, range, and standard deviation. There is also a frequency distribution across 5 grade ranges and a graph that summarizes this data. As with any report, you can print a PDF, download a CSV, or change the parameters of the report and rerun it. Next to each student is a document icon which will open the Student Assignment Results Report for that student. Let's click the icon next to Joyce Banks to open her Assignment Results Report. We could also click the document icon in this report to drill down to the Student Assignment Review. We've seen how you can access the Student Assignment Results Report from the class version of the report. Now, let's look at how to access a Student Assignment Results Report directly. First, we'll click the arrow next to a class to display the list of students. Let's right-click Joyce Banks to display a list of student reports. Then we'll select the Assignment Results Report option. We have some of the same options as the class report. We can filter the assignments by a term or a date range and select the assignment from the list. We can also select a specific student from the drop-down list. The field is currently displaying Joyce's name because she is the student we right-clicked to open the report options. In addition, we can include question information like learning objectives or other standards in the report. If you include question information in the report, you can also show the text of the learning objectives or standards at the end of the report. This content is tagged with learning objectives, so let's select that option from the Focus drop-down list. And click OK to run our report. The report shows the student's score and the total points earned. For each question, the report displays the question type, the number of points the student earned for that question, and their answer. Questions answered incorrectly are marked with a red X. Next to each question is a magnifying glass icon that allows you to view the text of the question. The Question Preview dialog box shows the question, the student's answer, the correct answer, and the number of points the student earned for that question. You can click the document icon next to the score to drill down to the Student Assignment Review Report. We'll look at this report in more detail in the next section. From the Student Assignment Results Report, you can also click the icon next to the Assignment Focus to drill down to the Student Proficiency Report. We'll look at this report in the Proficiency Reports video. The Assignment Review Report allows you or the student to view the assignment with the text of the question, the student's answer, and other question information. We've seen how to drill down to an Assignment Review Report. Now, let's look at how we can create it directly and control what is displayed. First, we'll expand the class and then right-click a student. Then we'll click the Assignment Review Report option. We have the same filter options we had in the previous student reports. Let's select the Chapter 1 test. We can specify which questions are displayed in the report. By default, the report shows only the questions the student answered incorrectly. We can also specify what other information we want to display, including the correct answer, rationale, reference, or remediation. Keep in mind that this is optional information and may not exist for the questions or test you're reporting on. Finally, we can include learning objectives or standards. Let's select learning objectives again and click OK. Under the student and class information is the student score. Joyce incorrectly answered 2 questions in this assignment. For each question, the report displays the text of the question, the student answer, the correct answer, and the number of points earned. Because this question has been tagged with a rationale and reference information, we can see that as well. All of this would help the student understand why they got the question wrong. Because we selected learning objectives from the focus drop-down list, we can see the student's proficiency on the learning objectives covered in this assignment. Now, let's suppose that we want to give Joyce a copy of her full test without the learning objective information. We'll start by clicking the gear icon to open the report options. Let's click the Questions to Include drop-down, and then select All Questions. Then we'll select None from the Focus drop-down. Now let's click OK to update the report. If we scroll through the report, we'll see that the entire test is available for the student to review. Now that we have the report, we could create a PDF for the student or go over it with them online. The Question Item Analysis report can help you determine specific questions that students had trouble with in an assignment. This can help you identify information you need to revisit or questions that may be flawed. The Question Item Analysis report is a class report. So let's start by right-clicking the first class. Then we'll select Question Item Analysis Report. As with the other reports, we can filter what's displayed in the assignment list. We can also set the minimum proficiency level. This controls which questions are flagged in the report. The default is 70%. So any question where less than 70% of the students answered correctly will be flagged. Let's select the Chapter 1 test and then OK to run the report. If students didn't meet the proficiency level specified, the question will be marked with a red X. For the first question, notice that the class average is 50%, below the 70% proficiency level. For each question, the responses column displays the correct answer and the student's answers. For question 1, we see that the correct answer is D and that 1 student answered B, 1 student answered C, and 2 students answered D. For question 16, the correct answer is C, but 3 of the 4 students selected answer D. So, we might want to take a closer look at that question. We can click the magnifying glass next to any question to view the entire question. So you can see how the Question Item Analysis report can help you spot trends in an assignment. Using these 4 reports gives you significant data for an assignment from the class level to the student level and down to the item level.